Hi, Teresa here with Grove Financial and Associates. Today I'm here with Joy from Rohrer Bussing Company, and we are going to be talking about safety tips for buses, the bus drivers, and everyone driving out on the roads. Right now, we are going to start seeing these buses out on the roads, and we just want to make sure that we're keeping everyone safe. Let's share some safety tips for the drivers and our kids right now. And as parents, let's talk about some safety tips inside the bus that we can start talking to our kids about.
So some things that parents can start talking to their kids about would be things like stay in your seats. And we want to teach them to keep their volume down, not to make overly loud noises that can startle the bus driver. We also want to tell them, our kids to keep their hands to themselves. All of these are distractions that take the bus driver's eyes off of the road, because now they're having to look up in a mirror to see what's going on.
How about at the bus stop? Is there a couple things that we can just talk to our kids about, just the safety of them being at a bus stop?
There is, yes. So we always want to teach our kids to stay at least 10 feet back. Show them, as parents, show them how far back they should stand, because, when the bus driver's approaching, we don't want, kids, that are standing too close to where we have to stop. We also want to, teach them that while they're at the bus stop, that they should stay still, because if they're goofing around and shoving each other, someone can get pushed out into the front of the bus, and that would be just not good.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
And I'm sure drivers too, coming by the bus stops, just to be mindful of that and be aware.
Yes, so drivers coming by the bus stops, like when we're making stops, they need to definitely be stopping for our reds.
And what does that mean for our reds?
So when we're coming to a stop, we have a little switch in our bus that we flip that turns yellow flashing lights on up at the top of our bus.
Okay.
And when we come to that stop and we get our bus secured, we hit the switch again, and it turns these red flashing lights on, and a stop arm comes out to the side. It is a law that you have to stop for, the reds in the stop arm.
Okay.
And that's in every direction. That's, oncoming, both sides of the bus. If we're sitting at an intersection, no one should be moving. Even behind the bus, we shouldn't be seeing people pulling in the driveways or moving at all, because we don't know where the kids are coming from. We could have a child that's running late to the bus. We want to make sure that every child gets on the bus safe and there's no accidents.
Yeah, that's so important. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And how about following distance for a driver? How much distance should you have between your vehicle and a bus?
They should be giving at least 10 feet of following distance. And if you're following too closely, that you could rear end a bus, and that would not be good.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Ultimately, we just want everybody to be safe. We want our kids to get to school safely, let them get home, as well as ourselves as drivers and those bus drivers, which God love them, because I can only imagine being responsible for all of those children and not having to worry so much about other drivers out on the road, which I know they do, because that's
we're taught defensive driving,
to
watch everything that's going on around us, but it does get to be times, overwhelming when you've got kids in the back that aren't, that are causing distractions, and you're trying to watch what's happening around you.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But we appreciate all of the drivers out there. We appreciate you training them and all the work that you put into this to make sure that everyone is safe. So thank you. And we are going to share a link to the website here. And if this might be something that you're thinking about doing, I know you're probably accepting some drivers. There's some information on the website as well about that. So thank you so much for sharing all of this information. And
it is a very rewarding job.